I'm outside this Aldi right now. I was looking for cardboard boxes, looking for moving boxes. I found an orange. I'll leave those over there for now. I'll come back to them. I'm just kind of wandering the streets right now, looking for boxes. Bro, it's like that one GTA mission, like where Trevor has to move all the cargo things. Here's a mattress. I did need a mattress earlier today or yesterday, but now I don't. That's a different story. Coming at you with something a little bit different right now. Little POV vlog. And I left my glove all the way over there. Fuck. Okay, I gotta switch hands. Hold on, I can't see. Plants. There's a lot of plants. Are there any good boxes here? Good boxes. No. Yeah, there's nothing in here. I have been in a war with my landlady, lady of the land, for the past 17 days. Dude. Where do I start? This is a long story, so lock in. All right, this story starts on. It is now June 16th. It starts on May 31st. I'm actually gonna start a little bit before that. I'm gonna tell you about something just to give you a little context, a little insight into what a cold, callous, miserable woman we're dealing with here. All right, so turn the flash off. About, let's say up until 2 weeks ago, I was homeless. I was working 7 days a week, 70 hours a week, and I was homeless. I was homeless while I had a house to stay in at the same time. Hold on, there might be a beautiful little box here. Okay. Eggs. Okay. We got, see, it's all these individual medium-sized boxes. Anyway, you may be asking yourself, how is that possible? Long story short, I needed a job, and the only work that I could get, like now, right now, was an hour drive outside the city. I have no car, and it starts the job at 6 a.m. every morning. And the trains don't start early enough for me to get out there. So this is my only opportunity for work, and literally the only way that I could get out there was to get out there the night before and then sleep there, be there overnight so that I could work in the morning. Or fucking pay a $50 Uber every single day, which would be like, at that point it's not worth it. I'm not gonna pay money to go to a job and make money. I'm not gonna pay for an Uber every single day. That's ridiculous. Actually, it would be both ways, so it'd be $100 every single day. So what I did, literally, I would go out there, I would get out there, and I would sleep out there on the street. Literally, homeless guy, me, living on the street, bro. I slowly built my way up to having a bike and a tent and a blanket. But I first got out there, it was just straight, nothing but my dick and balls. I'm down to my knuckles, bro. So I would go out there and be homeless for several days at a time. And if it rains, I don't have no shelter from the rain. I mean, it's fucked. Be homeless for several days at a time, and then once every couple days, make my way back to the city. A lot of times when I'm coming back, my house is over here. I'm coming back home. I could be working the next day. I don't even sleep here. I have time to get back, maybe take a shower, get some stuff, whatever, then I'm going back. So even when I'm coming back home, I'm not sleeping. And especially in the beginning, it was so uncomfortable. I couldn't even sleep. I would literally not be able to sleep. And so I would be awake sometimes for 36 hours at a time. I would sleep on the street, not be able to fall asleep all night, wake up, and then fucking have to work a 12-hour shift in the morning. Okay, now, I gotta cross the street. Actually, fuck it, I'll walk back down here. There's an AutoZone over here. In our house, there's a bunch of fucking rules. One of the rules is every tenant has to clean the bathroom. Why am I still holding my glove? Once a week, which I think is a little overkill, but it's fine. Now, and I had told her, I didn't tell her exactly what the situation was, but when my whole homeless stint had began, I had told my landlady, hey, I'm not going to be at the house for a week or whatever. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll be back Sunday. And then I had been out there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it was, being homeless, and I hadn't been cleaning the bathroom on my days because I hadn't been at the house because I'm homeless. And the days that I am home, I'm so fucking exhausted, and I haven't been there all week. I haven't been using the bathroom. I'm not trying to clean shit. She starts texting me, getting angry at me that I'm not cleaning the bathroom. And I told her, I literally told her, I am not at the house. I'm literally not in Chicago. I'm not living at the house. I'm not there. And she straight up doesn't give a fuck. She's like, well, I don't think you understand what renting a room means. You need to clean, whatever. She's just telling me, you need to clean the bathroom. And I told her, I was like, I am homeless. I am literally sleeping on the street, homeless. I'm only at the house maybe 2 nights a week. And I told her, I'm struggling right now. I'm really struggling. Cleaning a bathroom is not exactly on the top of my priorities. And she just wasn't getting the fucking message, or she didn't care. I still told her, I'm not living at the house. I don't know, she just wasn't getting it. And I finally told her, I was like, please, okay, I will clean the bathroom when I get a chance. I'm really struggling right now. Just give me a little grace. And the only thing she replied with was, okay. Now, I want you to really fathom this. I want you to think about this. She starts getting on me about somebody shooting a gun? I think so. About cleaning the bathroom. I tell her, listen, I'm not at the house. I'm literally not at the house right now. And I'm paying her rent. I am paying her rent for a room that I'm not living in. So she's getting her rent money, and I'm not using her water, and I'm not using her electricity. You would think this would be like a dream situation for her. What the fuck? And then I go on to tell her I'm homeless. I am sleeping on the street. And instead of asking, oh my God, what do you mean you're homeless? What happened? She goes, you need to clean the bathroom. I literally tell this woman, I'm homeless. I'm sleeping on the street. I'm struggling. Please lay off. And she still digs into me. And when she finally does let up, she doesn't say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, or are you okay, or what happened? No. The only thing she says is, okay. Alright, now that's the whole beginning of this story. My landlady war that I'm about to tell you. That happened right before all of this. That's like the prologue. Get in the zone, auto zone. I guess I'll go down this alleyway right here. Okay, so, right, today is June 16th. At the beginning of this month, actually, one day before that, the last day of last month, May 31st. Shit, I think it's locked up. On May 31st, I send her $300. The rent is $600, right? So on May 31st, I send her half of the rent for June. Yeah, I should have gone to the other side of the street. I'm shit out of luck here. I just caught my foot in something. Now, at this point, right, I had lived here for 7 months. Now I'm coming up on 8 months, but I had paid the rent 7 times. So for 7 months, on the first of the month, every month, I paid the rent in full. I never gave her problems. I was never, ever late. I paid the rent every single month. I even complied with all of her ridiculous rules, like, oh, you can't cook after 8 p.m., you can't do laundry after 8 p.m., you can't have guests. I dealt with her annoying ass, always texting me all the time, hounding me about every single thing. I think it's fenced off all the way down here. I'm just gonna walk over here and check. So I had been the perfect tenant for 7 months. Now here during my last month, right, for the first time ever, I text her, I go, hey, I sent you half of the rent. The other half is gonna be late. I'm leaving at the end of this month. This is my last month here. I told her, I'll get you the rest of it by whatever I said. I don't remember. And instead of her being like a sane, rational person saying, okay, because this is literally, I already gave her half. This is my last month here. I'm on my way out, and I'm telling her, hey, I'm gonna get you the rest of the money. You want to know how she responds? You want to know what she says? She says, no, you will give me the rest of the money by June 5th. This is how I run my business. Literally, that's what she said, bro. Bro, this would actually be an excellent place to camp out if you were homeless. Man, y'all couldn't even invest in some barbed wire or anything. This is not secure at all. You couldn't have a higher fence. I wouldn't want to keep my stuff here. I don't think they got any cardboard boxes here anyway. And so we go back and forth a little bit, and then I paused. I kind of went radio silence until June 5th, when she expected me to get the rest of the money. And I told her, I can't remember what I told her. I think I hit her up and I said, listen, I'll leave at the end of the month. I'll leave on June 31st. And I'll get you the money by then. And then, that's when she said, no, you will pay me the rest of the rent or I will evict you. I will do the paperwork tomorrow. I'll evict you. So keep in mind, bro, I paid her half of the rent. I paid her half of the month's rent. And 5 days into the month, she's threatening to evict me. There's so many, I don't know why, in this area and like on my street specifically, people around here are always setting off fireworks. And then I can never tell. We're in the hood, but we're not like in the mega hood, you know, like we would be if we were 5-10 minutes east of here. So I can't always tell what's fireworks and what's gunshots. That I'm pretty sure was a firework. Oh yeah, also bro, as I was actually earlier when there was daylight, I was walking down the street to the park where I was gonna record this video, and this Mexican dude who I had talked to, I don't know him from anything. I talked to him one time before, like 2 months ago, just when I passed by on the street. So I'm walking down the street, this Mexican dude on the porch, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh shit, is that you? He offers me a shot, I take a shot, and then they literally bring me inside to chill with them to watch the World Cup. And so I was literally just walking down the street, and then all of a sudden I'm inside these people's house and I'm watching the World Cup. Iraq versus Norway with a bunch of Mexican dudes that I just met. And I actually chilled with them for like the next 2-3 hours. They cooked salchichas, and so I had like 2 hot dogs. Me and one of them walked down to the corner store, we got a bottle of Coke, we came back. Yeah. But yeah, I had only met one of them very briefly, like a month or 2 ago, and he basically knows me as like the white dude who walks down the block vlogging. This shit is funny, bro. But anyway, so yeah, 5 days into the month, she threatens to evict me. And what she did, which was very sneaky, although it didn't work. So the law is you have to give for a failure to pay rent, you have to give the tenant 5 days notice, right? You have to give them 5 days to pay the rent, or you will take legal action. If somebody fails to pay rent, you have to give them officially a written notice, and then after that 5 days you can start the eviction process. And during the eviction, that you have to give them 30 plus days. And I was thinking, when she told me, oh, you have to have my money by the 5th or I'll evict you, whatever, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna just let it play out. I'm gonna let the clock run out and talk to her again on the 5th, because she doesn't know, she can't even evict me. She has to give me a 5-day notice. But then I realized, well, why did she say the 5th? Why did she pick June 5th? Because I told her I was trying to bargain with her. I was like, okay, give me at least until the 15th. I gave you half the money, give me until half the month. She said, no, June 5th. And I was thinking, why June 5th? And then I realized that was her. She probably knows about the 5-day thing. That's why, she was talking to me on May 31st or June 1st, and she said, I have until June 5th, right? To her, that was her giving me the 5-day warning before she can evict me, right? I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing. But then I don't think she realized that doesn't count. You can't just text somebody and say you have until June 5th. You have to actually give them an official, paper notice that says you have until June 5th or this will happen, da 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 da. Somebody's bike is here. Is it locked up? Yeah. What do we got? Maybe I could use some of these crates if worst comes to worst, but I don't think. Let's see. What do we got going on here? See, I don't preferably. Ooh. Hold on. This might be money right here. This might be Monet. Tortilla boxes. Honestly, bro, I could Let me see. I can use that one. Can't use that one. Just pulling all this shit out. I'm gonna put it back. Okay, this one, no. I think all of these are like literally ripped open. Most of them. Yeah, shit, I can't barely use most of these. This one, I don't want any super dirty, stinky ones. This one is good. This one. Ooh, I think we have some good ones here. We might have some good ones here. Ooh, potatoes. Here we go. I had to move some fucking trash. I finally got the whole thing open. Wait a minute. Let me this. Here we go. Okay. These are all my good ones. Now I gotta throw all this shit back in there. These are like, pretty good. These are maybes. So if I need more, which I probably will, I'll just come back. I feel like I've been breathing in garbage air for too long. Dude, do you ever... I don't know, this is kind of like a weird OCD tick thing that I have, but I feel like anytime I breathe in something bad, like garbage or a fart or whatever, I have this thing I feel like I need to like expel all of the air out of my lungs completely to then breathe in and feel clean again. But I have to do it in like a certain rhythm or like with a certain feeling, but then it never feels good enough. Like it never feels like I really got it out, so then I just end up kind of doing like sounding weird and like dry heaving like a fucking dog, like and then it kind of becomes like a tick, like a thing that I do all the time. I think I legitimately kind of have OCD. I mean, like, if shit, fuck, I'm rubbing this shit on my shirt. Well, anyway, if OCD is even real, because I'm kind of skeptical. I don't even know if OCD, depression, shit like that are actually like real definable mental illnesses, but if they are, I definitely have OCD, and it actually used to be crippling when I was a kid. I used to literally walk around doing weird shit. I used to go like, I would just have a weird noise or something that I would do for a couple weeks or months. When I was in middle school, I used to like make weird noises or hum to myself to the point where other kids would notice it and call me weird or like and luckily it used to be crippling, or like, you know, when you're walking and you don't want to step on the cracks or shit like that. Like when you're a kid and you play games, like you're walking, you don't want to step on cracks, or you try not to step on your shadow or some shit, or like, you know, when you wash your hands, every time you wash your hands, you gotta touch the left knob 3 times, or just like shit like that. But I used to have it, and like a certain degree of that is normal. But for me, it was like extreme. It would be like, I can't even explain it. It was crippling my life. It was like I had it bad when I was a kid. I had legit OCD, like it was a problem. And I literally overcame it. Like, I don't do that shit anymore. I literally overcame it just with sheer willpower. I just forced myself. I was like, okay, self, you gotta stop doing weird shit, because all the kids around you think that you're fucking weird. You just gotta knock this shit out. And luckily I did. So anyway, where was I? So yeah, she said she was gonna evict me. Yeah, she said she was gonna evict me after 5 days, after I already paid her half the rent. And there's some debate as to whether or not it's even legal to evict someone after you already took partial payment. To be honest, I could actually go down to the Walmart and carry this on the bus. It wouldn't actually be that bad as far as buying boxes, I mean. But yeah, so I gotta admit something. When I first sent her the 300, and I shouldn't have, looking back, I shouldn't have even sent her that. When I sent her the original 300, I had no intention of ever sending her the other 300. Now, you can say that I'm wrong for that, and maybe you're right, but in my mind, it was like, man, this woman has put me through so much. She's fucking been the bane of my existence for the last 7 months. The very least I can do is screw her out of $300 on my way out, which I wouldn't, in that case, I wouldn't get the deposit back, which is $150. So really, I'd only be screwing her out of $150. That was my small revenge for her being a complete nuisance in my life for 7 months. Was I'm gonna try to gyp her on the rent on my way out. No, you can say I'm wrong for that, because regardless, you know, you should pay your rent. If you're staying there, you should pay your rent. Okay. But after fuck. After I told her, listen, here's half the rent, I'll get you the other half later. So after she got half the rent, and then she threatened to evict me 5 days into the month, at that point, dude, I was like, oh yeah, she's not getting that money. At that point, when I had already given her half a month's rent, and she said she was going to evict me after 5 days. At that moment, I decided, yeah, I am not paying her. She's not getting anything. She's not getting a penny. Fuck her. I don't even know if I want to take these at this point. I guess I will. I'll take them. I'll break them down. All right, I broke down those boxes with my trusty Dusty. I actually only got one of them, because the other one, dude, it was made with some fucking kind of super tape. Dude, I was trying to cut the tape. I was like cutting into the box, like and then the whole box just exploded. Like the whole box just broke before the tape. So, look at that cat over there. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Mr. Cat. Mr. Feline. Oh, come on. Please. Oh. Okay. He ran across the road. Dude, he's running. Oh my god. Dude, I gotta take a shit so bad. Oh my lord. let me get back home, and then I'll pick this up again. Hey, hold on, bro. I gotta be quiet for this one because I'm outside of somebody's house. This might be a good box right here. This might be a good box. Nah, fuck it. It's got fucking bugs and trash and shit. Never mind. Alright. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Sorry. I'm sorry, son. Hey, hold on. Let me pick you up. Say hello to the camera. Sometimes, a lot of times she likes to lay on me. But sometimes, if I annoy her too much, she doesn't want to anymore. Hold on, fuck, I gotta turn my air conditioning down. So, you fuck with the shirt? With the J-Man? We gotta make like a gang sign for Christianity, like fuck, what the fuck? How the fuck do you do a J? Like, am I dumb? Yeah, okay. Like this, so. Wait, is this mirrored? Yeah, it is. So I gotta go. I don't know if it's gonna be mirrored when I do the J. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. Like this is J, but this is C. Or maybe it would be easier. Wait. Like. Oh, hold on. That's kind of tough. Wait. So anyway, I stole a can of Coke from my roommate. Shh, he's right on the other side of that wall. But he doesn't speak English, so I don't think he can understand me. This is the first ever video that I've recorded in my bedroom. My cat's right there, right behind the camera. This is also the first time I've ever stolen anything from a roommate. I figure might as well start now. I think this is the soda that they got for. They had like a fiesta in the backyard the other night, last night. So I think this is just kind of for everybody, not for me, but for. I drank a bunch of Coke at the Mexican's house, too. I don't know what it is with Hispanics and their Coca-Cola. I mean, it's a good drink, but okay. So I gotta go to sleep in like half an hour. So let me wrap this up. All right. Let me review the text messages between me and my landlady, and then refresh myself on the details, and I'll come back to you. Mao, you just got in here now. You want she swears she wants to go out. Come on, bro. You just got here. Okay. I hate when people equate having having pets to having children. Like they refer to their pets as their children. Like a lot of single millennials do this, and I think it's really disgusting because you're saying that you're looking at somebody who is a parent, you're looking at a mother who had a child, and you're telling her, oh, me having a dog is like you having a child. And I understand the nature and the depth of your love and what your relationship with your child. Your relationship with your child is akin to my relationship with the fucking dog. It's really disgusting to even insinuate that, unless you're like completely 100% joking. Even if you're joking, I don't. No, your dogs aren't your fucking babies. It's a dog. And I love dogs and I love animals, and it's okay to love your pets, but it's like, and even have it be like a member of your family, yeah, but it's like, don't ever equate pets with children. We have different words to designate these things because they're different. A pet is not a child, and a child is not a pet. So when you call them your fur babies, it's like, people are really disgusting about how they view pets, also pets versus how they view the rest of humanity. It's like somebody doesn't care if a human dies in a third world country, but people will cry like if they see a video of, if like people will donate to save abused animals. People will cry if they see a dog die in a movie. We've been so conditioned, but they won't cry if they see a human die. People will literally, watch gore, watch humans dying for fun. How many people watch gore like of animals? It's probably far less. People literally have more sensitivity and compassion towards animals than they do towards humans. People say, "Whoa, I love animals. Humans suck." Okay, are you a child? Are you a fucking baby? What? It's like, yes, the world is a fucked up place. There are good and bad people. Some people are good, some people do good things, and some people do terrible things. It's like, are you a child? What, you're not gonna have compassion for humanity anymore because somebody did something bad to you in your life? Guess what? Animals do bad things to us too. An animal will eat you. But you don't blame the animal because it is an animal, so you can't. It doesn't have, sentience. I don't know if that's the proper word. Sentience, in the same way that we do. So you can't really ascribe the principle of morality onto an animal. That you can't. They're not beholden to that. But by the same token, if you can't blame the animals for doing bad shit because they're not beholden to the concept of morality, like there can't be a good alligator and a bad alligator. It's just an alligator. They don't make choices. They don't make moral decisions. By the same token, they can't be good, and they can't, if you like. A lot of people will say this. People will say that they like animals more than they like humans because humans do sucky things. Okay, if you dislike humans because they do sucky things, And the sucky things that an animal doesn't count because it's an animal. Isn't it also true that you should appreciate the good that humans do, and you cannot appreciate good thing or good animals, you know, like puppies or animals that don't harm humans. You can't appreciate them. You can't call them good animals or say that they do good things because it's just an animal. You can't, they're incapable of being good or bad, right? Anyway, I don't think obviously people don't consider it down to that level. It's like I am thinking for them much more than they are actually thinking when they. So, I have pants. I have pants. Anyway, okay. June 5th. Hold on. Okay, on June 5th, I hit her up. I was like, blah, 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 keep the deposit. I'm leaving at the end of the month. She's like, no, give me my money or I'll evict you. And we're going back and forth. And I was like, at least let me stay till the 15th. I already gave you half the month's money. And then she was like, you think you can, oh yeah, and I said, okay, well, if you're going to evict me, then give me back my money. Because under Chicago's but whatever, I looked up some law. I was like, you can't accept partial payment and then still evict me. And I generated some, like, not ChatGPT, Claude answer, and it was like, you can either evict me or keep the money. You can't do both. That's the first time I've ever used AI to talk to someone, actually. But yeah, I generated this thing about whatever, and she was like, "You think you can stay here for free?" Then she said, "Now I see why you were in problems with your previous roommates." It's a pattern where she's Colombian, so her English is kind of broken, you know. And when I moved here, she knew that I had problems with my previous roommates, which I did because they kicked me out because her sister was coming back into town, but then I was staying with a mother. Sorry, I was staying with the girl and her mother. I didn't have problems with the mother. Me and her mother are still on good terms, actually. We kind of bonded before I left. But me and the daughter are bitter enemies. I was living in the hood with these two Mexican girls. Anyway, yeah, she said, now I see why you had problems with your previous roommates. And and then she said, don't think this is my first rodeo. And this is a pattern that I've noticed. From the beginning when this whole shit started with my landlord, anything I do or say, she jumps immediately into war mode, and it's like if I say, oh, the rent is gonna be late or whatever, it's like I'm doing something malicious and we're at odds, or I'm doing something mischievous. I'm engaging in trickery, which you could say that I was, because I had no intention of giving her the other 300, but she had no way of knowing that unless she was having psychic premonitions. That's on the table, I guess. But yeah, and I texted her. I was like, what rodeo? All I said was that I said, what fucking rodeo? I've given you the rent every single month for 7 months, and I already gave you half of it this month, so I don't know why you're so worried about getting your money. And second of all I did was tell you that the rent was going to be a little late, and then you threatened to evict me after 5 days. What the hell is your problem? I was gonna at that point say, what the hell is wrong with you? But I reserved myself and I said, what the hell is your problem? That was on June 5th, so 11 days ago. On 5 days after that, on June 10th, she actually served me the official 5-day notice, so failure to pay rent. What I was telling you before. On the 10th, I'm chilling here in my room. I got a knock on my door. I'm like, fuck. I never have anyone knock on this door. And I open it, and she's standing right there in front of me. She hands me papers. I'm like, hola. I'm like, oh, okay. She's Colombian, and we both speak English and Spanish. So sometimes I will speak to her in English, and sometimes I will speak to her in Spanish. It just depends. That might be a relevant detail, so I'm just letting you know right now. So yeah, I take the paper, and she said something. She's like, dun 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 dun. After the 15th, you better not be coming here no more. And I was like, and I just kind of took the paper, and she's like, blah, 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 and then she started walking back down the stairs, and then I closed the door. I was like, okay, and I closed the door. But I couldn't 100% hear, I didn't 100% understand what she said, partially because, like, I don't know. I just didn't understand 100% what she said. I got back into my room, and I was like, wait a minute. Is she expecting me to leave on the 15th? So I texted her to clarify, just to clarify, because I quite literally did not understand what she said. Okay? My hair looks good down here, but then no matter what I do, it doesn't have enough volume up top, and it's like, anyway. So I texted her. I said, you said I have until the 15th, question mark? And I swear to God, this was her response. She said, you came down here and talk to me instead of hiding like a coward. That's what she said. She said, you can come down here and talk to me instead of hiding like a coward. That was her response to me texting her a simple question, was to call me a fucking coward. And that's a pattern here. A pattern through this whole thing is she will get nasty, she will have an attitude, and I will still stay professional, right? I will never get to the point of insulting her. I will still try to keep it as cordial as I can. And I responded, I was just asking a question, but okay. And then, like 2 days later, she said, oh, what day? She said, what time can I come on the 15th to pick up the keys? Because, so she's basically saying, you're out of here on the 15th. And no, the fuck I'm not. I told her, like I said before, I am leaving on, June 31st or July 1st, whatever I said. I said, that's when I'm leaving. During this whole thing, I never faltered. I never, nothing. During this whole thing, I told her, I'm leaving at the end of the month. I'm leaving at the end of the month, right? She keeps trying to, but I'm like, no, I'm leaving June 31st. That's it. And then she said, dude, and this is the most unbelievable, bro. I'm a full on, this is excellent. Let me just, this is actually better, because when I have my bed frame, when I sit in my bed, I'd be all the way up here, and I try to relax my head back, and I would literally be like, because it goes here, and then it starts going forward. But now I can really sit, anyway. Yeah, she said, and by the way, you're the reason why my mother is not living in the house right now. Because her mom, her mom, so she's middle aged and her mom is an old lady. I don't even know her name. I just call her the grandma. She lives here, but she hasn't been here for like quite a while, and that's happened before. There's been like 2 periods where she just hasn't been here for a while, and then she comes back. Anyway, yeah, she said, "You're the reason why my mother isn't living there right now. She doesn't feel safe with you in the house." And that was just, I mean, I felt so insulted. That was mind blowing. That's the craziest thing she had said thus far. Dude, my arms are so long. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's like 3D. Holy shit. That's the craziest. And I was like, dude, I can't even fathom what she could possibly mean by that, because I swear to you, I have never said or done anything. And she said she doesn't feel comfortable, whatever. That I could understand, because that could mean anything. Just because there's tension in the house, or she doesn't like me, or whatever. If she said uncomfortable, no. She said, my mother doesn't feel safe with you in the house. She's painting me like a, I don't know. I've never said or done anything that could even be abstractly misconstrued as threatening towards anyone in this house. I like saying the word towards, because when I say towards, I pronounce it as towards, and it makes I really enunciate it, and I get that W, and it makes me feel classy. It makes me feel sophisticated when I'm talking in my brain, and I know I can feel the towards coming up in a sentence. I get excited because I enjoy saying that word. But anyway, so that was mind blowing for me. I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask what she meant. The only time, literally the only confrontation I've ever had with the grandma is something happened with a roommate. I think that my landlady is racist, to be honest. I think she doesn't like gringos, because anytime there's an American in the house, it was me and there was a black dude, she magically has problems with us. But if there's a Latino like Luis, she doesn't have any problems with them, and they seem to get away with a lot more. And especially Luis, he's like buddy with the grandma, and they go inside her room. But so that's a completely somewhat baseless accusation. But I think racism might be a part of it. But then I don't know why she would rent to me in the first place. I don't know. So, but the only confrontation I ever had with her mother in the first place was over something that was happening between them and the black guy who was here, who me and him were friends. Julian. Shout out Julian. He was he was a large gay American black man, and I liked him very much. Anyway, not that that's relevant, but there was a dispute between him and them because, oh yeah, there's a whiteboard in the bathroom, and the grandma had written a passive-aggressive message for Julian on the whiteboard. Julian, like blah blah blah. She said blah blah blah. Oh yeah, she said you have to clean the bathroom or you will be kicked out. We have kicked people out for stuff like this in the past. I think she wrote it in Spanish. I don't know how well he does understand a good bit of Spanish, but I don't really know if how good his Spanish is. I don't know. But and what I did, I basically put myself in the middle of drama that didn't include me, because this is a thing in this house. People leave what's really just, I think it's mainly the grandma doing it to us, but people will leave passive-aggressive messages out in the open to communicate with other people. So she'll write something in the bathroom, or she'll write something on an envelope and tape it to the wall. She will literally write these passive-aggressive messages in Spanish and tape it to the wall to tell us nah, 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 nah. And it got to the point where, and I knew what was happening. My watch is beeping because it's midnight. I knew what was happening between them and Julian. It was because they were angry he wasn't cleaning the bathroom, but he got home late every day, and when he offered to clean it at night, they didn't want him to, because you'll wake up, whatever. And so it's like he could only do it at a certain time in accordance with his schedule, but they wanted him to do it at a different time and whatever. So I saw that shit in the bathroom. It pissed me off so much. I think I took a picture of it and I erased it. And I texted the group chat. I said, I said something along the lines of, I erased this message. Can we stop leaving passive-aggressive messages for each other on a whiteboard in the bathroom? This is childish. That's what I said. I said, I erased this message. Can we please not do this? This is insane. This is childish. And then the next time I saw the grandma, her mother, in the kitchen, she was like, oh, necesito hablar contigo. I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay, hablamos. And we had this whole back and forth conversation, which was entirely in Spanish because she doesn't speak English. And basically the gist of it was, I don't know why I'm specifying like the whole English-Spanish thing. I think you get it. I should just, anyway. The gist of it was, she didn't like that I was interfering when it wasn't my place. And I said, I understand, but I just think it's ridiculous. She's like, it's not your business. And I was like, it may not be my business what's happening between you guys. My problem is not that you have a problem with him. My problem is that you're leaving passive-aggressive messages on the bathroom for everybody to see. And I said, and when you do that, you make it my business. You make it everybody's business. You're involving, And we raised our voices a little bit. That's the only time I've raised my voice with anybody and I didn't yell. She raised her voice. She almost yelled at me. And then I raised my voice, maybe slightly. And neither of us said anything rude. Neither of us even yelled. Neither of us, insulted. And then we ended the conversation. I was like, listen, and I'm sorry, but and we resolved it. We talked through the whole thing. And I thought it was a great conversation. And I even ended it. I was like, are we cool? Are we good? And she was like, yeah. I thought it was a super healthy Good conversation. I said, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have done this or this, but I feel this way. She was like, okay. I thought it was a good conversation. That's the only confrontation, that's the only negative interaction, really, that I've ever had with her mother. Other than, I think she got annoyed at me one time because I wanted to use the I wanted to use the laundry at 7 p.m. But and I think she never really liked me anyway, but I'm saying that's the only negative interaction we ever had. So anyway, yeah, my landlady texts me, my mother doesn't feel safe living with you. And then she also says, what happened on she said you are the reason my mother is not in the house. She did not feel safe with you. What kind of problem you had November 2023? So she's saying that her mother didn't feel safe with me. And then she's insinuating that she looked into my past or something and found some scandal from November 2023. And I don't know, I have no idea what the fuck that was about. Nothing at all happened in my life in November 2023. November 2023, that was before I ever had any trouble with the law in my life. Like, literally, that was years before I had ever even been arrested for the first time or anything. I've been arrested a handful of times here in Chicago, and I have one charge, which is trespassing. But November 2023, maybe I got a speeding ticket. Like I'm saying, there was nothing at all in my life that would possibly. There's nothing. Like, if you do a background check on me, there's nothing bad from November 2023. I didn't do anything in that time of my life. It's not even possible. I have no earthly idea what the hell she could be talking about. And so, her mother doesn't feel safe with me, and November 2023. I hate to keep stopping the video. Hold on. This is the last time. Okay. I didn't even respond to either of those things. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to know. All I texted her was, like I said, I leave on July 1st. You can give me my 30 days on the 15th if you want. I am not going back and forth with you. Thank you, that is all. Peace sign emoji. And she's getting so loud and so rude with me. Crazy out of line. Like, my mother doesn't feel safe with you. What happened in 2023? They're coming in my room, taking my... And that's on my end. That's the most rude I ever got with her, was telling her, thank you, that is all. Peace sign. That's the most rude I ever got with her. I'm maintaining my composure. Okay. That was 2 or 3 days ago. That is the most recent piece of electronic communication between me and her. She never responded to that. Okay. Yesterday, technically it's past midnight now, but yesterday, the 15th, I went to work. I was gone from the house between the hours of 6:30 a.m. to maybe 7:30 p.m. And when I came home, and she had said at some point, also, I need my AC back, blah blah. And so I figured she was probably gonna come into my room to take my AC or VAC, whatever. Um, I come home, I look up, no AC in the window. I was like, great, she took the AC, whatever. Which is illegal, and entering your landlord cannot enter your room without your knowledge and consent. They gotta tell you they're doing it, and they have to give you prior notice. I'm like, whatever. I came in the house, I was walking up the stairs, I noticed my door's open. I'm like, what the fuck? I noticed my blanket is on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? She's really that petty. She came in my room, took the AC, and then threw my shit on the floor. And then I walk further into my room, and I see there's no bed. The bed is fucking gone. She took the AC and took my bed. And I probably should have prefaced this with saying that today she walked out of the house in handcuffs. Anyway. That would have made it. Damn, I should have said that at the beginning because it's like it'd be clickbait. Like, so then, I was flabbergasted. Like I was shocked. I was like, no fucking way. Like she's playing like this. Oh, this is what we're doing now. Okay. So last night I called the cops. I called 911. I said, and I should have phrased it differently because I told the 911 operator that whatever, the AC and the mattress are technically her property. So it's not technically robbery, whatever, but it's still unlawful entry. I feel like when I said that, maybe it made them take it with less urgency. Anyway, I called 911. I said, I would like to report an unlawful entry by my landlord. She came in my room without my knowledge and consent, took this, and actually, she also took my pillow, which is actually mine. So that's actually just theft. But I didn't realize that until today that she also took my fucking pillow. And so I called 911, and then like over an hour later, I got a call back saying, sir, do you still want them to come out there? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, we'll send them out. And then it was 3.5 hours from the time I first called to 3.5 hours later. Nobody ever came. And I called back multiple times during that whole thing to say, hey, what's the status? Like, is anybody even coming? Hey, they called me back and asked me if I still wanted them to come out. I said yes, and that was an hour ago, and there's still nobody here. Also, this is Chicago, where you can't drive 5 blocks without seeing a police car. There's literally police everywhere all the time. They can't send anybody out here. And the only answer I got every time was, whether I call 911 or 311, which is the non-emergency, but they'll just transfer me back to 911. The only answer I got, Jose Official 91 wants to send me a message. The only answer that I got was, sir, we cannot give time frames. And I got into if you ever get an African American female customer service representative or government representative, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. Because you're about to have the rudest, most unhelpful interaction you've ever gone through in your life. So, whatever. I think the last time that I called, second to last time that I called back 911 to see what the fuck was happening. I didn't call back that many times. Maybe 3, including to cancel. And this black chick, she's like, da 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 da. She's like, okay, I see they are coming over, so. And I was like, there's no ETA, nothing. She's like, we cannot give a time frame. And I told her, and then she said that I should be grateful. She said that I should be thankful that they're even sending police out here, because she's like, technically we do this over the phone. We take these calls over the phone. We take these reports over the phone. We're sending officers out there as a courtesy. As a courtesy. So I shouldn't complain, is what she was saying. And I was like, my landlord fucking broke into my room, like unlawful entry, and took my shit. And it's a courtesy for you to send police. She was like, yes. And she was getting so like rude and nasty with me. She was getting so fucking rude. Like it was infuriating. And I just told her, okay, thank you, and I hung up. Like, bro, it's like when you want to just reach through the phone and slap them, bro. Like, she was getting so rude. And then I waited an hour or two after that point, and the police never. It got to the point where I need to go to bed. Like, I need to go to sleep. I called 3.5 hours ago for police. My landlord broke in my room, and they never fucking came. And they're coming. Fucking the British are coming. Fucking, should I light 1 or 2 lanterns for the fucking cops? I don't know. And I called. I was like, hey, this is my name. I'm at such and such address. You know, I called for cops, and they still haven't got here. So I would like to cancel that. It's like I'm ordering a fucking pizza. Like, I don't know. It felt a little weird, the language. I would like to cancel. Like, you just cancel, one order of the police. And she was like, okay, sir, well, typically we don't cancel these calls, blah, 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 blah. And I told her, okay, well, I called 3.5 hours ago, and they're still not here, and I need to go to sleep. And she was like, okay, fine, well, blah, blah, blah. And then I think she might have hung up on me. I can't remember. So yeah, I didn't get to talk to anybody yesterday. And then today, I called, and I said that, okay. So that happened, and then I decided to go to sleep on the couch. I got an old mattress from my car, but it wasn't that great, and also I figured I would be more of a nuisance and inconvenience to her if I sleep on the couch. It's like, okay, like you think you can take my bed away from me? Like, okay, I'll just sleep in the middle of the living room, in my boxers. And so I slept on the couch last night, and in the morning I was gonna go to work in the morning, but I was like, I think today was the first day she could officially evict me. And I was worried. I didn't know what was gonna happen, if she was gonna pull some more illegal bullshit and change the locks or start throwing my shit out or whatever. And I was like, fuck. I thought she might evict me today, so I was like, I'm gonna stay home. So I actually did some GPS shit and actually clocked into work from home and stayed home. And so I woke up, and then I came back up here, and I fell asleep in here. And then I woke up at like 3 in the afternoon, and I called 911. I said I would like to report an unlawful entry and theft. My landlord did this last night. I called, they never came, whatever. This time they actually came, probably in under 2 hours. And actually, like, I don't know how I didn't hear them or anything. I was chilling in my room, like, with my shirt off, whatever. I hear a knock at the door. I go to the door, and I look, and there's a police poking his head out from down the stairs. He's like, "Sir, did you call the police?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." I have no fucking shirt on. I'm in these shorts with no underwear. I still am. I'm in my flip flops. I'm like, shit. Yeah, sorry. 1 minute, and I put on a shirt. And I go down there, and whatever. I'm talking to the cops. I explain to them what happened, and at first I wasn't sure if she was here. Turns out she was. She was downstairs and around the corner, and at first they didn't want us speaking to each other. Like, they were kind of keeping us away from each other. I was talking to the cops. I was like, yeah, and they were like, well, I don't know if we can. They're like, we can do unlawful entry. I don't know if we can do theft because the items were hers. And I told them, oh, well, she took my pillow, but they didn't really seem to care about it because, yeah, it's a fucking pillow. And she said that she would give it back, and I told her, and we're just going back and forth. And I was deciding basically whether or not I wanted to press charges. And she was around the corner. I was like, can you bring her over? Like, can I talk to her for a second? Like, there's not gonna be any fight. Can I talk to her? I was like, Jenny, can you come? Like, can I talk to you for a minute? And I told her, I was like, listen, I started talking to her about the whole thing, and she just started bringing up irrelevant bullshit, bro. She started talking about how I tried to help you, I tried to get you a job at United, and blah blah blah, and she just started going off about irrelevant shit. I was like, okay, well, I'll just say this. Either, I was like, you can put the stuff back in my room, or I can press charges. And I think they'd already said to me that they would they would arrest her on the spot. Cause she admitted to coming in the room. She admitted everything on camera. And she was like, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to allow you to manipulate me." And that was crazy. Even at that point, one of the police, I think it was a black dude and like a Middle Eastern dude, and one of the cops, the black dude, interjected on my behalf. He's like, "Ma'am," I don't even know if he said "ma'am." He was like, "It's not manipulation, it's the law." And that was the craziest, dude. She said that I was manipulating her because after she unlawfully broke into my room and took the fucking bed and air conditioning when it's 80 plus degrees outside every day, I told her, listen, just put the stuff back in my room. I don't want to have to press charges. She calls that manipulation. Not taking away my air conditioning so I'm uncomfortable and taking away my mattress so I don't have anywhere to sleep and trying to force me out of the room by making me uncomfortable, right? That's not manipulation, but I don't know, but that was just so fucking crazy. And I was like, and I looked at the officers, I was like, okay, I'd like to press charges. And they literally put her in handcuffs right there. And I have video of her walking out, I swear to God. Maybe I'll put some stuff at the end of the video, I don't know. Here at the end of the video. And literally, they walked her out of the house in handcuffs. Right in front of me. This shit was beautiful. This shit was beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, we've been having this war She got walked out of her house right in front of me in handcuffs. That was crazy. And then they took her, whatever, down the block. I couldn't see. One of the officers comes back. He says, okay, she says that if you don't press charges, she'll give you the stuff. She said, if you don't press charges, she'll give the stuff back. She'll give you the mattress and the pillow. And she said she already sold the air conditioning unit, but she'll get you a new one. And I was like, what the fuck? She already sold it? Like, that doesn't even make sense. But okay. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, I was like, okay. And did she say, is she gonna let me stay till the end of the month? And he said something along the lines of, well, he's like, I don't know if he said she has to, but he said something, if she tries anything else, if she does anything else, you can call us and we will come back and take her to jail. He said that. And I was like, that was his response, in response to when I said, is she gonna let me stay the rest of the month? So I don't know. It's kind of unclear, but anyway, I said, okay, well, yeah, if she gives the stuff back, then fine, I won't press charges. Let her go. And they let her go. That's the last time I saw the police. She comes back in the house, and I have a recording of a small portion of our conversation. She's like, she looks at me, she's like, really? She's like, really? And she's married, she's Colombian, and she's married to a actual Polish guy. And he comes in, it was so funny, it was like a show, it's like he comes in from off screen, like from she's standing there, and then he like comes into the frame. I saw him like move past the wall. Now he's standing in front of me. I'm like, oh hey, and he's like glaring at me the whole time. And whatever, we're going back and forth. She's like, I can't believe you. And then she starts getting almost to the point of crying, literally. She's like, I'm an immigrant. I came to this country. I had nothing. I came here 16, whatever she said. She literally is about to cry, saying, I'm an immigrant. And I had to tell her multiple times. I was like, I don't care that you're an immigrant. I don't care that you're an immigrant. Because I don't, you came into my room and took the fucking bed, and I didn't do anything. I don't know, but she was asking me, what did I do to you? And I was asking her, I was like, what did I do to you? And it's literally, it's an actual question, like she's crying. She's on the verge of tears, as if she's upset by something. As if I did something to her. And it's like an actual question. What did I do to you? It's like you're clearly so upset, like you're the victim. And you clearly think that you're the victim and I did something to you. What the fuck what did I do? Like, what did I do to you? I was asking, what did I do to you? Like, originally, even to deserve all this, but I'm also asking, like, what did I do to you? Anyway. So, yeah. She was like, I tried to help you, I tried to get you a job. And she was like, you're 23, you have so much potential. She just kept saying that. And I don't even really know what her point was. As the Mexican dude down the block said to me when I was telling him about this, he was like, man, women and accountability, they're like oil and water. They don't mix. That's true. Well, actually, I don't know. I think it's on a case to case basis because a lot of women don't take accountability, but I have met a lot of women that do take accountability, but those have also been personal, like romantic relationships. So I think women do take accountability towards their man. If, whatever, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, and then whatever. Then the husband was like, "Come on, let's get away from this loser. Let's get away from this loser." He just kept calling me a loser. I was like, I was like, okay. I think that's about where it stands. Yeah, and I told her, I was like, yeah, just leave the stuff down here. I'll take it up. Oh yeah. And then I went down, started walking to the park. I ran into the Mexican guys, chilled at their place for a couple hours, had a couple drinks, got a little, had some hot dogs, came back. And by the time I got back here, yeah, the mattress, with no bed frame, my pillow and the AC unit were all down here. And it's so funny. She told the cops she already sold the AC. So I guess she was just hell bent on not giving this AC back to me. I mean, she was hell bent. She was trying to avoid everything, like. But I guess they probably told her, okay, well you have to get him a new one then. Anyway, yeah, it was the AC unit that she said that she had miraculously sold within the span of like one day. It was the same one. It's the same. Sorry, my room's a mess. Total mess right now. But that's my AC unit right there. Yeah, the AC unit that she said she had sold. Just sitting right there. She didn't sell shit. Sally sold AC units down by the seashore. So story of my life, I'll take her home, I'll drive all night to keep her warm and time is froze. Bro, One Direction, I think that's One Direction. Dude, they're actually so good. If you would have asked me back when they were a thing, I probably would have told you, fuck One Direction, they're fucking gay. Whatever, I mean, I was a child. One Direction is so good. They have that song and they have, fuck, fire in my heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul. If I didn't have you, I would have nothing left. Oh yeah. All my life you stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these lights, they can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody can drag me down. Nobody. Dude, that song is so good, bro. But yeah, so that's pretty much the whole story. That's where it stands right now. I'm not even gonna get into all the bullshit that has happened between me and her in these fucking 8 months. Like, the whole time I've been here, there's so much ridiculous shit I could tell you about that went on in this house. But somebody just came home. Maybe Luis. Probably Luis. But only thing is, I don't know if I made a tactical mistake by not pressing charges. Because I was telling my best friend, Cruz, I was telling those dudes, they're like, man, fuck it, you should have sent her ass to jail. Like, taught her a lesson, bro. I think like 3 different dudes told me that. Like 2 dudes I was texting and him. And maybe they were right, but my only thinking was, it was like, because this whole thing, it's just been me. This whole thing has been me not understanding why the fuck she is so adamant about causing drama and not allowing me to just live this last month peacefully, when the worst possible scenario for her is I live here 2 weeks rent free when I've already lived here 7 months, and I paid half of the month, and she keeps the deposit. So after 8 months, she loses $150 when she's made thousands off me. So it's like this whole time, all I wanted is no drama, just leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. So that's part of the reason why I let her off, because I'm like, I just don't want drama. Reason number 2 is she said she would give me back the stuff, which that's what I want. That's all I fucking wanted. Just give me back my shit. That was reason number 2, and reason number 3 is this was never an agreement that was verbally made, but it's my thinking that maybe if I don't press charges, and she even said she'll give me till the 22nd, but she, it's my thinking that if I don't press charges, she doesn't evict me, right? Maybe. Because it's like if I press charges, like if I actually put her in jail, that's like war. It's war. It's war. And I feel like she's for sure gonna evict me, because what the fuck does she have to lose? And so that was my thinking. I'm not gonna press charges. She'll give me my stuff back. Maybe I avoid having this shit go all the way nuclear. Maybe she doesn't evict me. I don't have an eviction on my record, because I don't give a fuck if I get evicted. I was even wishing for it at some point, that she would actually give me eviction papers, just so that could be it. 30 days, that's it. She can't do anything else, just so this whole thing will be over. I don't care about eviction, because if she gives me my 30 days, I'm gonna be out of here in 14 days. It doesn't fucking matter. But it's like, I guess I would prefer not to have an eviction on my record, but I don't really give a fuck, But yeah, so that's where it is right now. I gotta wake up in like 5 hours. Stood by me when no one else was ever behind me. All these lights can't blind me. With your love, nobody can drag me down. Nobody, nobody.
We're going to allow you to do all of that, you're still going to feel comfortable. We'll make it comfortable for you. It's even so much easier, right?
sorry, Jenny.
This is, oh, right,
That's the part.
this is straight pay.
I'm sorry. This shit is fucking crazy, man. This shit is insane.
Hey, listen, so she's saying that she's willing to bring everything back
Okay.
if you don't press charges. Is that okay with you? And she's not gonna go into your apartment without your permission anymore.
Yeah, well, is she willing to let me stay here till the end of the month?
Well, she doesn't have a choice. If she does something else, you can call police and get her arrested.
Okay. Yeah, if she gives me the stuff back and leaves me alone, it's fine. Then I won't press charges.
Okay, alright. She did say that she sold the AC, so she will get you one.
Okay.
She's still getting you one, alright? It might not be the same one, but she's getting you an
Okay.
AC, okay?
Okay. No, it's just funny. She already sold it.
I know, right? I mean,
Yeah. Thanks.
yeah, no problem.
But that's something I should
I'm
think
s-
about when I come home and I don't have a bed and you don't tell me.
You are a U.S. citizen. You can.
I don't
you
care.
Are a man,
I-
you
I don't
you
care
can-
about your
you can
immigrant
do
sob
so
story.
much with your life.
Just
Hey,
leave this loser. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
I will call you when I bring you the stuff.
But okay, you could just leave
I
it
didn't
down
know-
here.
I didn't know that pillow was yours.
Okay, just leave the stuff down here. I'll bring it up to my room. Whatever.